I was talking with a friend who's 86 years old this year. And she mentioned how she had all the capacity when she was younger. In particular, she noticed when she was younger that she could understand what people were thinking. She understood it. She could read their mind, kind of thing. And she repressed that because, oh gosh, society just, she didn't want to seem like she was, intruding or special, or because that's the way they were brought up, society. It was one of the cultural things, But generally, across the board, humans have this vast capacity that you just not are educated about. Because society just wants you to, in the structure of capitalism, and which is pervasive throughout the world right now, they just want you to go out and buy things and think of business and profit. And, that's sort of what all you hear. But actually, you're doing psychic phenomena all the time. Little bits of it. When you meet people, when you interact with people, there's this exchange going on because you're both human. You're human. When you make partnerships, when you get, whether romantic partnerships or marriages or whatnot, and you should be, communicating very clearly, and you're communicating in that way that's not verbal. And already a lot of you will go, oh sure, yeah, of course, I know that, yeah. Exactly. We all have it, to some extent. Of course, some people have more than others. Some have it easier about recognizing that. Some have a better family background that lets them, flourish with that ability of, we say it's in the arts. Oh, she can dance, or oh, she can sing really well. He really can play music. So, and they're encouraged. They're encouraged to do that. But generally in society, the things of your human potential, you're not told much about. Terms like extrasensory perception. They had the old terms back a while ago. You don't hear them much anymore. And it's all these things that are actually nonverbal communication. And of course you have them because you're all human. We're finding out, humans are only figuring that out, what animals have known and interacted with naturally all along. An elephant communicates with other elephants, They understand what's going on. Tigers communicate with other tigers. They have non-verbal communication skills that comes because they're just the same. And it's inherent in you. What got all confused was the aspect of religion that started to say all this stuff these things were happening, and somehow they weren't happening to you. Somehow it was coming from outside. It was external to you. And then that was the big mistake. The reality is everything is within you. Who perceives it? Who hears it? Who understands it? You're not talking with God. No. One, of course, as we know, there never was God. But on top of that, you're only hearing yourself within you. That's you. The real you. And now, you just kind of, when you're dropping in the 21st century way, and you're evolving naturally and letting all that crap go, and you're not buying into all the myth thing anymore, and all that stuff is gone, because you get it. It's within you. And that's where it's always been. So you can start to recognize these capacities within you that we all have. These wonderful things, additional phenomena that seemed, they were always talked about as if it was mystic, as if it was, they're in touch with some other forces, oh gosh. Well, not really. It's all going on within you. It's intuitive. You could say words like intuitive, clarity, type of stuff, type of words to define it. But it is an inherent capacity of human beings, just like it is with other species as well. And so, when people did make the effort to look a little more, pay attention to that, dig in there a little more, within yourself, bingo, you come up with people we call Buddha. We come up with people you call enlightened beings. And really, it's always been your capacity. You've always had it. You have to make the effort. You always say it's not like flipping on an electric switch and bingo, there you are. Is that going to happen? But you have it already within you. And that starts this evolution that is accurate to the 21st century. And that's where we say, you're out of the dark with all that myth, you're in the light, and then you get it that, wait a minute, you are that light.